everyone, it's Noor and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to actually detach from anyone and anything at any time. So before I share with you guys how you can master the power of detachment, you need to know that there's always a reason to why we attach to begin with. You need to know why you're attaching so that you can detach. And once you know the reason and you're self-aware, then that's gonna help you take the right steps needed in order to actually detach. So a lot of times we actually attach to people because maybe we're trying to find some sort of validation, or we're attaching to things because we're gaining comfort from them, or we're afraid to be alone, or that attachment can serve as a way of reciprocation because we haven't healed from our past trauma. So you get the point. There's always a reason to why we attach. Now, what I'm going to be listing for you guys are steps you need to take in order to actually break free from that attachment. So without further ado, let's get into the facts. Now, the first thing you need to do in order to detach from anyone is to be self-aware and take a step back. When I say self-awareness, what does it mean? It means you need to know yourself. You need to find the reasons to why you're getting attached to that someone, because once you know the reason, then you'll be able to move accordingly. If you don't know the reason and if you don't dig deeper into the root of why you're doing what you're doing, then you're not going to be able to detach properly. For example, if you are, let's say, attached to a toxic friendship or relationship, there's definitely a reason behind it that you need to be aware of. And no matter how toxic the relationship got, you decided to stay. And perhaps you stayed maybe because you are afraid to be alone, and staying in that relationship is more convenient for you than being by yourself. Now, what you need to do if that is the case is take a step back. Because when you take a step back, you're going to be able to analyze and realize what's actually going on. You see, a lot of times when you're in that situation, you can't see what's actually happening. And that is why taking a step back is crucial and essential in order for you to have a broader perspective. You know, when, let's say, you're going through a situation and then you tell it to someone else and they give you a perspective that you never thought of, that is because that person is seeing the whole situation from the outside. And so that's what you need to do in your situations. You gotta take a step back so you can be like, okay, you ask yourself, is that relationship serving me? Analyze what's actually going on, because then if you're going through a toxic relationship, you're gonna realize that, yeah, I do deserve better. You're gonna come into that conclusion just because you took a step back and you were able to see what's actually going on. And when you do that, then you'll be able to take the right decision that's going to serve you. Which brings us to the next point, that after you take a step back and you realize and analyze what's actually going on and understand that that situation isn't serving you any longer, then you need to prioritize yourself and act accordingly. Now, when I say prioritize yourself, what does it mean? It means you need to put your needs before that person's needs, because the only person you truly have is yourself. If you lose yourself, you lose everything. Loving yourself so much and prioritizing yourself will make it easier for you to detach, because then you'll be able to let go of things that genuinely do not serve you and are not good for you, because you love yourself so much and you don't want to hurt yourself. And I'm telling you, once you do that, you'll directly be able to drop them, even if you have feelings for them, or in terms of friendships, you love them. All of this won't affect the decision you're going to make to detach from them, because you do understand that it doesn't matter how you feel if you know what the right thing to do is. No matter how strong your feelings are, you're gonna be able to make rational decisions, because that decision is based on logic and not emotions. And usually emotions is what keeps people stuck and attached. I'm telling you, if you are able to control your emotions and understand that you are not your feelings, then you'll never attach to anyone, because you'll be able to observe your emotions, not be your emotions. You acknowledge them, but you don't act on them. And that's key, I'm telling you. When your brain is stronger than your feelings, you'll be guaranteed to make the right decision. Every bad decision that happened in my life came from going with my feelings instead of my brain. I was attached to certain people because I let my feelings dictate my reality. I wasn't in control of my feelings. My feelings were controlling me and were controlling my decisions. Instead of actually looking, realizing what's going on, and making my decision based on common sense, which is these people are not good for me and I need to drop them as soon as possible. But I didn't realize that because I was too caught up prioritizing my emotions instead of my well-being. And this is where the problem is. I was only able to let go of these toxic people once I prioritized myself and I acted according to the realizations that I saw. You see, a lot of people stay in toxic relationships even though they know they're not good for them because they're acting on their emotions. So this is very important for you guys to realize that, okay, observe your emotions but don't act on them. Think with your brain, prioritize yourself, and then move accordingly. The next step you need to take in order to detach from anyone is when you realize and remember that you were doing fine before you met them, then you'll realize that you'll be fine without them. And that's gonna make it so easier for you to detach because the world doesn't revolve around them, it revolves around you. And this is how you need to think. This is selfish? No. This is just the reality. You are your main character, and just because you met someone doesn't mean now you can't live without them. No, you were fine, you are fine, and you will be fine. The next thing you need to understand in order for you to detach is that in life, God doesn't give you the people you want, He gives you the people you need to help you, to hurt you, to leave you, to love you, and to make you the person you were meant to be. And so when you genuinely understand the saying, not understand, understand it, then you'll realize that people you meet in your life, they all have an expiration date. And some of the people God sends you, they're just there for a season. They weren't meant to be there for a lifetime. And because God sends you the people you need in order to make you the best version of yourself and in order to shape you into the person you are meant to be, then you'll realize that, all right, it didn't work out with these people, but they served their purpose in my life and I served my purpose in their life. And when you understand this concept of like, it's fine. They were just there for a season, you know, they shaped me into the person I am today, whether it was a good experience or a bad experience. Because I'm telling you, even the bad experience, at the moment you will be like, why did this happen to me? I didn't deserve to have this friend, or I didn't deserve to have that partner. But when you understand that that hurt is actually making you stronger and it's shaping you into the person God wants you to be, then you'll easily detach from anyone because it was for a reason, and that reason was for you and you alone. Now, the next thing you need to apply in order to detach from anyone is to realize that everything you are looking for is there within you. You need to understand that when you attach to certain people, it's because you are dependent on them giving you something you were not able to find anywhere else, or them filling that certain void that you have inside of you. But I'm here to tell you that the things that you think you cannot find anywhere else, you can give those things to yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Make yourself the main character of your own life. Treat yourself and give yourself all the attention that you need and deserve, and the time you expect from other people. And once you do those things to yourself, then you'll be able to detach from anyone because you are giving yourself that validation you were searching for. If you are loving yourself, taking care of yourself, you know, just spoiling yourself so much, then you're not gonna wait on anybody else to do it for you. You're doing it yourself. You're literally setting the standards high. And that is why when you understand that, okay, these people are not good for me, you're directly going to be able to drop them. Because honey, if you're not going to treat me the way that I'm treating myself to begin with and the way that I deserve, then you're out. You know, and that self-love is really going to give you strength to detach. And I'm telling you, you have God to fall back on, and God's going to fill you with that internal satisfaction that you're looking for. You're not going to find it in people, you're going to find it within and by seeking God. Now, this brings us to the final thing you need to do in order for you to detach is pray about it, guys. I'm telling you, God will heal your heart and help you detach from these people. So never be ashamed to pray and never forget to pray because there is power in prayer. I remember there were very hard times in my life that I had to endure because I was attached to certain people, and it really got bad to the point where I had no other choice but to surrender my feelings to God. And I was like, God, please help me. I would literally pray and be like, heal my heart and help me get over these people. And he did. Now looking back, I'm like, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have healed and I wouldn't have been able to move on. So never ever hesitate to pray and ask God, because I literally kept best for last. God is the one that's gonna heal your heart and help you detach. And matter of fact, instead of attaching to other people, attach yourself to God, because he'll be the one giving you everything that you need and more. That love you are looking for, that stability, that peace, that comfort, it's all in God. So seek God and you will find everything you are looking for and more. He will literally be able to fill that void. And yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of this video. This was a guide on how to go from attached to detached from anyone. And following all the steps that I mentioned will genuinely help you detach, and you will be able to find your strength back. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped someone out there, and I hope it genuinely enlightened you. If you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below what you would like to see next. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.